Yeah, well, it's kind of like people get mad when people leave the game early. I said, we'll make it competitive. Questions? I have a speech, but I'm going to save it for tomorrow. What do you got?
How are the players responding?
We had a great spirit today. I know they're like me. I'm tired of losing close games. I mean, obviously we've got homecoming. We've got, I talked to them about the 75 team coming in here, and we don't have to have that for motivation. But man, I mean, we need to go put it together, and I'd like for us to have 100% ball security for the first time. That the things that we talk about all the time, we need to make them happen. And so I think they had a purpose today about practicing, and they know that this team we're playing, I think is better than the team we played last week. I think they're better defensively. I think they're better. I think they're not better, but as far as coaching, but they're just the schematics of what they do is difficult, a lot more difficult. And so we got a lot of respect for Coach Pete and the job that they do. So this is we got to play well.
On offense, is much different than they were last year on offense?
Well, I mean, last year it was in one of the most miserable conditions you could be in, and it changed people's game plans, but no, that they are. Yeah, I think they're different because it's always going to be different because their skill players are a little different. Their quarterback's a different guy. Their tailback, and I think their tailbacks is the strength of their group. Obviously, they got very, very skilled athletes, as Washington always does at the skill positions. And then they've just got a freshman quarterback who was kind of feeling his way around early and who's now, hitting his stride. And, I always, when I get done watching the film, I go, well, what's your record? Because they look pretty good. And, he's beat the dog out of USC. And I mean, nothing tricky about it. Just got after him.
Have they done a good job minimizing the risk of having a freshman quarterback?
Yeah, I mean they haven't had a lot of turnovers, and in the games, the things that have beat us have beaten them. They turned the ball over last week. That cost them, and so they've had some turnovers, fumbling, and throwing interception. So they've done a good job in the games that they've won, and the games that they've lost very close games, and they've lost it because they turned the ball over. So two very, very similar teams. The strength of their team is their defense and special teams, and I think that's that's been the strength of ours at times, the rush defense especially. But the key for us is going and putting the game together. But I'm telling you, this is a very, very good personnel, very well coached team, and a team that's really I can see that's progressing. That's starting to understand what they're doing. Very young team.
Do you have to worry with them about some of the things that he did when he was at Boise, the trick plays and stuff like that?
Well, it's funny. Coach and I met back when I was at Tulsa. We used to get together. We spent a week together and on talking about special plays and all that stuff. So it's interesting. We have a lot of the same special plays. So it's because we shared ideas. But no, it doesn't do any good to worry. That's what I'm talking about. You're going to get a lot of volume with them, and you got to be prepared for that. So
you talked about the slants being the issue against Washington. Part of it.
Really, the slants. It was they were running a mesh pattern was one deal, and we just had guys come off their man. I mean, I can't explain that. That was 3 huge big plays off people. We have them covered. The coverage we got, we know exactly the play they're going to run. We know by their spacing exactly what they're going to run, and we come off our man. Then on the slants, they motion a guy across, and we both cover the motion guy. So it wasn't the slants were that hard. It was leaving the slants uncovered, which is just absolutely, that can't happen. And and we practiced it. I don't understand why it happened, but that's kind of what happened. The slants hurt us on 4th and 1 and 3rd and 1. And their guy beat our guy, and they catch the ball and we tackle them. But they executed some of those. That's some of they executed on those plays. But we didn't. I don't think they threw a ball down the field.
So we didn't see any leverage issues or missed bumps
Yeah, well, there was leverage issues on the slants. I mean, obviously, we're supposed to be, taking away the inside and sitting back on our heels. I mean, there was some. That's what I mean by critical error. I mean, we're supposed to be stepping and being firm with the inside hand and taking away the inside, and our guys are backpedaling. And they didn't do it every time. It was just in the critical times when it was vital. So that's coaching. That's coach responsibility, player responsibility, and all that. It's in the very critical times. That's when it counts. That's when it's important. We're not playing undisciplined. We're not giving effort. Our guys are giving effort. We're a good team. You got to do it 100% of the time, not 94 or 93. And so that's where we got to put that together. And a lot of that is, you just you can't, with all the right intentions, you can't operate outside the system. You got to trust in the system and what you're doing. So, and that's to me how we've lost the close games have been just that. They've been close games. You're going to play close games in this league. I mean, it's not like we didn't play them last year. We just happened to win them last year, and we did it because we did the little things right, and we've got to learn from those. Those have been costly, and then we've had some pretty bad breaks.
Like Gino was in green today, you think he'll be okay for this week?
I don't know. He didn't practice today, so he needs to practice tomorrow. So I'm hoping.